Hi, I'm Brian Welk here in the TheWrap studios at Sundance, and we are here with the team from Charm City Kings. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
So, this film is about kids on dirt bikes and just how the culture that forms there. Talk about how you discovered this group and why you wanted to bring their story to the screen.
The way it was discovered is actually Clarence Hammond behind me. He saw it there and called me immediately. He was like, oh my god, you gotta see this, we gotta get this thing. And I was like, okay, let's check it out. And we watched it and thought it was a wonderful world that we could get into. And from that point on, we've been developing it for years. And Barry Jenkins came on, did a draft where we actually saw it for the first time, and then Mr. Sherman Payne behind me was able to bring it home. And Mr. Angel Manuel Soto right here, he saw it. We had the same vision for it. He loved it, and the rest is history. We just went forward with it.
So talk about what drew you to this project. How did you obviously working with Barry Jenkins is incredible, and then just working from that story, from that script. Talk about your process.
Yeah, so when I got the script, of course that the world, as he mentioned from the doc, was something that compelled me for a while, because it's a universe that I have never seen before. So definitely the backdrop of this story was interesting. And of course, having Barry Jenkins' name attached to it was something cool that I never thought I was going to be able to do. But more than that, it was the heart of the story what really drew me into it. The journey of the main character, Mouse, that he plays. It's a journey that I feel like every kid from a disenfranchised community have to encounter once or twice in their lifetime, and being able to see a lot of the struggles of Puerto Rico as a marginalized community in Baltimore was something that I felt like I could relate very well to it. And that's when I met with Caleb and Clarence, that was like the main thing that we were able to understand and really connect, was the fact that this story in Baltimore is not just a Baltimore story. There's a Baltimore in every state. Yeah. Puerto Rico is its own Baltimore in the middle of the Caribbean, and this is the life that a lot of people face in marginalized communities. So I feel like that's when I really got attracted to the story.
Anything to add to that?
Yeah, I really looked at it always just as a simple coming-of-age story about a boy who wants a bike. And to Angel's point about, this being relatable, everybody can relate to coming of age. Everybody can relate to just having that simple want that drives them into a real change in their life. So that's what really attracted me to the documentary 12 O'Clock Boys, and why I was so eager to adapt it.
So Jahi, you're rising star right now. Talk about joining this film. Did you get to meet some of these kids in Baltimore? Did you get to, did you learn how to ride and everything? Talk about this whole process.
I did not learn how to ride. They didn't even want me thinking about a bike. They were like, no. And as far as the kids in Baltimore, I did meet some kids. It was great to sort of have the imagery of it, just because we were filming in the environment. So it was great to have that first person sort of reference. But I felt like all of the visual research was really in my own life, like knowing my cousins that come from similar communities and just seeing them, and sort of being able to base a lot of Mouse and his mindset off of that. I saw a commonality there and a familiarity. So it was great to just sort of take that and be able to add flesh and life to it. Yeah.
Do you each want to talk about your characters and what drew you to them, how you related to them?
It's just crazy kind of how life happens. Thinking about the great Kobe passing, and then when I got this audition, my sister had just passed. So I was burying my sister when I had got this audition. No, it's okay. It's not to be sorry. It's just how life works. And this is a story about time and life. For my character, Rivers, he's racing against time. When you throw the bike back 12 o'clock, you need precision in time. And so when Mouse's character snaps, for Mouse's character and Rivers' characters, I'm racing against time to try to save this young man's life. And I think the film will bring a lot of mentorship out of it, and our relationship outside of the screen and on screen was just a beautiful thing to do, and to honor time and to make sure that you say thank you to time, and not to devalue time, because time is precious.
I think, piggybacking on that, one of the things we always held on to from that first email I sent Caleb was this idea of a boy whose circumstances have him convinced that he has to be in a rush to be a man.
Yes.
And what happens when you're in a rush to be older than you need to be.
Yes.
It's okay to be a son, to be a child, to be a son to your mother, a friend to your best friends. And the consequences that can happen when you get ahead of your skis like that. And so I think seeing what they brought to the script on screen and the value of mentorship and what can happen when you have the right people in your life steering you along that path was something we always held on to, and I think it really came through in screen and on the script.